Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I have another test video, this time again an instrument cluster for I think it's a 1999 EuroVan. All I have is the customer's first name, Jim. I think they're local or close to Virginia because they were coming over to Dallas Airport, I think, to pick up somebody, and they dropped the cluster. I said, yes, I can repair for you. Like, this is kind of like an express repair because I'm working extra hours to get this done for them. uh, Perfect timing to do the repair because if they would have waited a little more, it would have been destroyed. Um, it looked like somebody attempt to either try to repair or take the cluster apart because this stepper motor was completely broken. Even though I don't really care because I'm always put all the stepper motors, capacitors, resolder the damaged areas, voltage regulators, all the bulbs, and everything is a completely reconditioned cluster. These are really good instrument cluster, beautiful vehicles too. People takes very pride on them because they're very beautiful. All right, okay, so this is just a short test. Again, I want to show my connections, and I always show this for the customers, for anyone that wants to know. These are powers, grounds, and signal necessary for the tachometer, for the speedometer, and these are my values that I use for these signals, so I know when the calibrations and the motors, the stepper motors, are calibrated correctly. So first, just the power up. So let me turn everything off so you can see it powers up. Since it's not connected to the vehicle, when it does the power up, all motors move to the minimum. Let me just do this one more time because if let's put the separate motors in a different position, let's say like something like this, if I put over, you see how they come back to zero. That's the normal reset if the battery is unplugged and the needles were not on the correct spot. All right, so ignition and lights, I got those combined. We can see the printer working. 75,000 miles, very low mileage on this vehicle. I I understand why they want to keep it because they're very fun cars. I also put this turn signals and the high beam like this in here. So I'm going to first apply a speed, 15 hertz. That should be around 10 miles an hour, and that is exactly in the money. I'm going to supply now 50 hertz for the speedometer, and that should be 1000 RPMs, and we can see that it's matching perfectly. So I'm going to go over to the next mileage per hour, so 29. This knob, I don't know why it takes time to actually get to the point. Let's go now slow to 29. That should be around 20 kilometers an hour, sorry, 20 miles an hour. All right, so, and we got exactly 20 miles an hour, so that means the calibration is perfect. Now I'm going to go in here over to 100 hertz. That should be 2000 RPMs, and we have exactly 2000 RPMs. As far as temperature and um, fuel gauge, I have just a set for both. So this should go around quarter, this should go around the middle of the temperature, and that is exactly, I can go higher than that, and that will, the temperature will start blinking. That's exactly what we're looking for. These are different needles than the speed and RPM, but yeah, we can see that all the gauges are working 100%, and I can now come back to normal temperature, let's say. We can see that how the test or warning lamp goes off, which is perfectly, that's how it should be. All right, so I'm going to increase the RPM to 3000, so that will be 150 hertz. Let me do that here, and we are exactly in three, and that is because there's no shifting. So I forgot about that. Let me go back to 100 because that always happens when I do that. When it's no, let me turn this off first because it's very loud. I know you guys cannot hear that so well, but I do. So let me just, because yeah, if I go over 3000 and it detects no gear, it puts a warning mode. That's just the way it is, and it's good. I would like to test that. I never do it on the video because of the same noise, but it's okay. So let's go over to the next speed. So that will be 44 hertz. All right, so let's go over to 44 hertz, and it will be pretty much the last that I know they're calibrated. They're brand new stepper motors, but I always like to test it, make sure that indeed is, and as you can see, is perfect. All right, so the next thing is I'm going down to the 14, which is the minimum. I can go in here. This knob, I don't know why it takes so long to go down to the minimum or start to read. That is just the way this simulator is. And I can go down to 50. Okay, so 10, 10, and then let's reset the needles on temperature and everything just to see they dropped. Let's turn off the speedometer. Perfect. And let's turn off the tachometer and everything returned to position of resting. So yeah, this is 100% fixed. Thank you so much, guys, to visiting the channel. I know this is a recurring repair. I like to do this for the customers. It's a show that I'm actually actively working, and I am an expert on these. So if you have a cluster for a Eurovan, don't even hesitate to send it to nobody else. I mean, just send it to me. I have everything that it needs to be done for these clusters. I bought a big amount of stepper motors to try to reduce the price because I mean they were really expensive. If a stepper motor for these clusters, the red voltage regulators are obsolete. So I was very happy that I could find, and I will have this vehicle's instrument cluster for a long time on the road. So that is not a problem. Again, guys, thank you so much for visiting the channel. Don't forget to subscribe. See you next time. Bye bye.